Oh, good morning, everybody in YouTube land. It is Thursday. It is the 5th of February. It's miserable. um, some of you that know my history, I've actually lived in England almost half my life, but I grew up in the United States near the Canadian border, and I'm used to cold weather. I can handle the cold. It's this dampness we've had since about November that is really getting to me. Um, Part of the reason is because I have an allotment and it just makes it so difficult to get things done. But I am just going to press through this weekend because I've got, which is why I'm on a Thursday with another midweek haul because I don't know that I'm going to be able to have time to get up to my favorite place and bust through the charity shops on the weekend. So anyway, I went up to just my favorite place. I think I'll say the name, Ace Kettering. I've recommended it to other people, local resellers, saying you got to go in there. It is a mecca for resellers. It's a picker's paradise. I've known the owner for quite a while. He used to have several sites around Kettering, 3 different stores, and there's also one in Wellingborough, and I believe there's one in Corby as well, but I stick to the one in Kettering. I think that is the biggest. About 2 years ago, they bought one of the old tile shops, which has this massive area, so now everything is in one spot, which is nice. They have the bric-a-brac area. They've got record albums, they've got books, everything's kind of hit and miss, DVDs, everything. So if you're thinking of getting into reselling, it's got everything you need. I don't know. I don't outright go in and say I'm reselling this. I think he kind of knows. He's like, you're probably accumulating a heck of a lot of stuff. Nice guy. I've heard people say both kinds of things about him, but he's always treated me nicely, always giving me good prices. I treat people as I find them. Anyway, that aside, I'm just trying to be as nice as possible so he doesn't sue me if he sees this. Yeah, he wouldn't. Okay, so yeah, this is why we're doing a midweek haul because I've got a big job on the allotment this weekend. And like I said, don't know if I'm going to have time to get up there. And I like to take my time in the place and kind of flip through stuff. I don't like doing a mad rush in there. Um, Definite advantage is to going at this time of the day because I have like a 3-hour break in between classes on a Thursday for now. No kids. That was one of the things I wanted to tell him. You really need to think of a no kid rule or keep your kids on a leash because some parents go in there and they just let the kids run wild and there's breakable stuff all over and it's dangerous. You can't really do that. And yeah, I got no problem with kids. If they're polite and they're doing what their parents tell them and maybe helping them have a look through and looking through clothing and stuff, that's fine. But, keep them quiet and keep them under control. Anyway, this is not a video on parenting and the weather, although it's going to quickly turn into one. I bought some things. It seemed like they had a bit of a clear out. Like I say, things like books are kind of hit and miss, so I got a few. I got some nice collectibles to put up, so I'm going to start with those. And I'm going to start with the breakable stuff first because I just want to get that put away. All right. You can't see the floor in here. It's a good thing. It's an obstacle course jumping over stuff. I've got some stuff that's ready to go up into the stock room though. Okay, the first one is an Elgrave teapot. Now this is quite old. It's hard to see on the light, but it does have that sort of iridescent coloring to it. So I have seen another one on eBay and the person has taken very good pictures that has captured it. So I'm going to try to do that as well. So it says 1783 on the bottom. Now this is not magic marker. This is actually gold that this gold rim, whatever this gold rim is made out of. It's not actual gold. It's like a metallic paint. I think they've got theirs listed for about 25. I have looked up what they sell for. I've not seen this actual one individually, but as a set of 3. The pot, a bigger pitcher, and then a nice gravy boat type thing. That has sold for about 50. So on its own, I might put it up for 20. We'll see. We'll see. And I'll tell everybody what I paid for everything at the end. Okay, so I'm going to put this down very carefully. I think that's quite pretty. Okay, the next one is a set, but I don't think it's complete. It's got 8 pieces to it. Usually tea sets come in about 16. It could be, but then again, I've sold mixed crockery before, and that does tend to sell quite well because with crockery, it breaks. Okay, so this is the teapot. Now this is Gladstone's bone china, so I think that's really We all need teapots in our lives. So that's the teapot. I'm going to set this down just next to me. This is the little trait or plate that it rests on. So we've got that. And we've got the little pitcher, usually for milk, or yeah, your milk in there. And it's got the little saucer with it. So it could be a small set. I don't know. I ran it through eBay and I didn't see any exact ones to know. But again, like you say, mixed crockery does tend to sell. There's one saucer. I don't think it's complete because there's one saucer and there's oh no, there's a teacup. Oh no, that's a bowl. Sorry, that's the bowl. Let's make sure that's not a teacup with the handle busted off now. That's not. And then there is the teacup. So actually, this could be a complete set because this saucer, this could rest on the saucer, and this just could be a little bowl. All right, so that is that. But if it's just a partial set, sometimes people buy them. Like they said, they might have one that is had a few pieces broken out of it, so they'll buy it. Or, you know, they'll buy smaller sets now. I mean, we don't really do high tea much anymore. Some people just collect it. Okay, let's secure this. So that is some of the crockery. I'm not going to pull all of these out, but I have a similar set of these. Got this in a bag with a cushion in it, so I started taking them out up there. I've got a similar set of these, but the finish is completely different. But they're these little jars with these little inverted lids. I've got a set of 6 of these already on there, and it's got a crap load of views. It's like 60 views and 2 watches. So could somebody please buy it? A lot of interest. It's got a matte finish. This has got more of a glossy finish on it. So I might wait and list these to see if the other ones sell, or I might put them up. It's a set of 4. The other one's a set of 6. It's actually right behind me. You can almost see it. And we got this lovely little box, just a little knick-knack box, a little wooden one. It's quite pretty. And it's got a nice smell to it as well. Finally, and I don't know, this might end up staying with me. A turtle from Cyprus. I just think that's so cute. It's got a beautiful painting on it, though. So, I don't know. I've been to Cyprus, so I thought, well, I could buy it legitimately. But, I don't know, I might post it and see. A little novelty item from Cyprus. Save the turtles. Right, so that's all the breakable stuff. So, it's secure enough for now. Let's go to the books. The books, not as nice of a selection as last time, but still managed to pick through and find some decent stuff. So the first one is this softcover book on Picasso. This is in really good condition. It's got an original price of $35 US or 24 quid, and it looks like it was resold for $7.50, probably in a charity shop or something. It was just sitting there. I flipped through it. Excellent condition. So hopefully an art dealer or somebody with an interest in Picasso will buy this. I have some old Picasso books back home, unless my parents have thrown them out. It was a nice little hardcover here. Robert Peston, The Whistleblower. Very good condition. And then we've got some cookbooks. A vintage cookbook here, the Encyclopedia of Home Freezing. I think this is in pretty good shape. There's some really, the Rick Stein one in there that was once I think would have been a lovely book to get, but it was kind of, you could see that the moisture in the place is starting to get to it, and there's a little bit of mold, not mold, but I thought, that's a shame, because Rick Stein would have been a nice one to have. Okay, I can't find the copyright date on this, but it's got that sort of 1970s, 80s feel to it. Come on, where are you? Oh, here we go. Found it, 1981. First edition. Okay. Printed in Hong Kong. They printed a lot of these in Hong Kong. All right, that's that one. There, I did get a record album. I'm starting to kind of, I'm really fussy on that, though. I really give those a good look over. And this is a double LP. Again, I tend to look at stuff I like. But this is Aspects of Love, Andrew Lloyd Webber, the Andrew Lloyd Webber music. So it is from, I believe, a musical. Yes. Anne Crumb, Michael Ball, Kellen Coulson, Kathleen Rowe McCallum, Paul Bentley, Diana Morrison, Sally Smith. I know who some of these people are. And this looks like maybe the original score from the musical Aspects of Love. So I did a little bit of a check. I checked the insides. I mean, I'm not an expert in LPs. There's a guy I follow that resells albums, and I do tend to look at his advice. But the original sleeves are still in there. I took a little bit of a look at the LP. I don't like to get your fingerprints on them. They look in good condition, but you really need a record player to listen to them. You're supposed to grade them. I don't do that. I just say use condition when I post them. So we've got that. And I don't keep record albums. I don't have anything to play them on. So. Yes. Then we have the last two. And these are probably going to jump the queue because tonight what I've been doing with my listings is going by category. So last night I listed postcards. I've been dividing up the amount of the 300 listings over the month. So I put up 10 postcards. Tonight is books, so we'll start on the pile that I got last week over there. We'll get those up, but these might actually jump the queue because these are revision guides. So we've got AQA Science, and we have got AQA Chemistry, so we'll get these on because there's probably a student out there that would appreciate these. And that is the haul for today. So the goal is to stay out of the shops over the weekend. But like I said, I've got something to keep me busy. So I will likely keep to that. You never know. I might find 10, 15 minutes to go take a buzz through one of the ones that sells the, really reasonably priced hardcovers. But to be honest, I could probably not go in for the next 6 months and just list stuff and I'd be fine. It's nice to go in and see what's there. Okay, everybody. That's the video. Please, I noticed that my longer videos are starting to get more views. Now, by more, I mean going from like 1 to 2 to 10 to 20. Oh, but you know what? You got to start somewhere. Please like and subscribe. I would love to get the YouTube channel really going. I know there's lots of them out there, but why not mine as well? And obviously the eBay page is going reasonably well. There haven't been any sales this week. I have sent out some offers, but when I get that thing about tasks and it says you've got offers, that at least means people are looking. So it's not like that week in January where there was just 0 and then out of the blue I started getting some sales. January, February, still sort of the worst months for retail. February, I think, jumps up a little bit because of Valentine's Day. So let's hope so. Anyway, so tonight is listing books and probably listing those texts. And then, yeah, and starting to get some of the stuff up into the stock room. Right, everybody, enjoy the day, even though the weather is just absolutely pants. Like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And ciao.